Now let's look at um, planes which are bisecting the angle between two existing planes, right? So which means you already have uh, two planes, a1x b1y plus c1z plus d1 equal to 0. So this is one plane already existing. Then you have a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 equal to 0. So this is another plane. Let's move this so that we can get two planes. Yes. Now what we want is planes which bisect these two planes. So basically you need to have two bisectors, right? One which will bisect this angle and this angle, so which means it will go like this, and another one which will go like this. So which means we need to have an equation which represents these two planes. Okay, so uh, and we know the equation for this, right? But for that to work, we require, let's say we have a bisecting plane, right? And let's say there is a point on this plane, bisecting plane. Now that point would be equidistant, right? Perpendicular distance from the other two planes would be equidistant, right? So which means that we require the distance of this point from these two planes, right? So let's see. Let's first figure out the distance. So that would be square root of a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square. Okay, that is the magnitude. Similarly, we require from the other plane. So square root of a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Now we have this distance, and now we can apply the formula. a1x plus, sometimes it can give problem because what it might do is it might multiply x and 1. So let's separate them. b1 times y plus c1 times z plus d1 divided by the magnitude, that is the distance, is equal to. Now remember we said that if you take a point on this bisecting plane, it would be in equidistant from these two planes. So is equal to a2 times x plus b2 times y plus c2 times z plus d2 divided by b. Yes, so we have got this plane. So here if you notice, it is, you can visually see that it is actually bisecting the plane. Okay, now what about this equation of this? So this would be the same thing, so I can duplicate this. Okay, and here on this side I just put a minus sign, so I get this. Now if you want to differentiate this, what we can do is we can change the color. Yes, let's change the color of this, and let's change the color of this. And now if we move it, you can see green and brown. This is the bisector of this angle between these two planes. Similarly, this is the bisector plane of these two planes. So that means you will have two separate bisectors. Okay. Now what we can do is we can use this angle function to figure out angle P, comma Q, the angle between the two planes. Okay, let's move this so that the angle becomes big. Okay, and what we can also do is we can increase the size of this angle. Okay, style, increase the size. So this is 38.94. So now let's see the angle between P and R. What would that be? No, not R. P hyphen 1 underscore 1. So that would be 19.47, which is exactly half. So it is actually bisecting the angle. Okay, so that is a planes bisect. Remember plural. Planes bisecting the angle between two planes. Okay, so bye for